Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today's project features the Fresh Fruit stamp set. As many of you know, this is one of my favorite sets available in our current annual catalog. I've used this in several other videos, so I'm excited to share today's project with you. I'm also featuring the Designer Series paper from our annual catalog that coordinates with this stamp set. And this Designer Series paper is actually part of our Designer Series paper sale that we have going on right now through Stampin' Up. So I shared this with you guys last week. If you right now buy 3 of these select Designer Series papers, you can choose 1 pack for free. So this is a really great deal. This deal is going on from October 1st through October 31st, and anyone who takes advantage of this paper sale in my online Stampin' Up store, you will receive a pack of crumb cake note cards and envelopes from me as a thank you gift. There are 20 note cards in here that have already been scored for you, along with 20 envelopes that coordinate. So this is a really sweet deal for you guys. So again, this is only available in my online store if you take advantage of this buy 3 get 1 free Designer Series paper sale. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started and take a look at today's project. Okay, so here's today's card. I love how this card turned out. I think these strawberries are so cute, and I love the color combination. I love the Designer Series paper from that fruit stand paper collection. I think this card is just so super cute, and I'm excited to share a fun way that I cut this Designer Series paper just to add a different look and add some interest to this card. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to make this strawberry card. Okay, so I'm bringing in a scrap piece of Whisper White first, and we're going to start by doing some stamping. So I'm going to stamp my strawberries first, and I'm going to stamp 2 of them. And actually, I'm going to stamp 3 of them. And I'm going to use Watermelon Wonder for my strawberry base. So I'm just going to ink this up. I'll stamp 1 here. These images are sort of watercolored in this collection. So if you notice, there is a little splotchy part there. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with your stamp. Okay, stamp another one. And then I'm also going to bring in my card base, which is a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock. Okay, so what we're going to do is I have gone ahead and creased this. I'm going to open it up, and I want to stamp a strawberry in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, just right there. All right, so we can put the Watermelon Wonder away. And now I'm going to bring in my strawberry top and some Cucumber Crush ink, and I'm going to stamp the tops to my strawberries. And we're going to be cutting these out by hand, so I'm just going to kind of stamp them on here anywhere. Okay, and then we'll add one to the inside of our card. Let's see. Right there. Perfect. Okay, so we can set our card base aside. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to bring in my scissors, and I'm going to get these strawberries all cut out. So I'm just going to get these all cut out, and I am going to leave just a very thin white border around the edge of each image. All right, so I've got my strawberries all cut out, and I used my Tombow Mono liquid glue to adhere my little green caps to the top of my strawberries. So these are ready. So now we can start assembling the rest of the card. Okay, so for my card base, again, this is Whisper White thick cardstock. I have cut this at 4 1/4 by 11 inches and scored it at 5 1/2. I will have all of the measurements for today's projects over on my coordinating blog post, which I've linked just below the video in the description notes. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in a piece of Watermelon Wonder cardstock. This is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and just use my fast fuse, and I'm going to add this piece onto the front of my card. Just going to center that on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then I have cut a piece of the Fresh Fruit or Fruit Stand Designer Series paper, this piece here. I've cut this using one of my circle framelits. So what I did is I lined this up on my Big Shot, and I just placed this framelit on the edge, hanging off just a little bit, and then what you get is this cool window on your Designer Series paper, and then you've also got this little piece left that you could use for another project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this piece down, and I'm going to use liquid glue for this, just to make it easier for me to line everything up. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment right here in this little window. Okay, so let's go ahead and use that liquid glue to add this piece down. Alrighty, there we go. So I'm going to take my Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to stamp the Love You More sentiment using this black ink. Okay, and we will just stamp this right here in the middle. Right there, looks good. And I'm just going to press and hold, allow that ink to absorb. Okay. Looks good. I love it. That black really pops with this Watermelon Wonder. Okay, and then we're going to add this layer on top of our card, but before we do that, let's go ahead and I want to get out my piercing mat, and I'm going to bring in my paper piercer and one of my strawberries. I'm going to want the strawberries to go, let's see, I think I want the strawberries to go about like this on my project. So what I'm going to do is just lift this strawberry up. I want to poke a hole right about here using my paper piercer. And what I want to do is bring in some of our basic black baker's twine, and I'm just going to string this through that hole, okay? And I'm going to run it through again. Let me get my paper piercer. Okay, and just kind of poke that through. And I've got too much here, so I'm just going to pull it till I think I've got the right amount. I don't want to waste any. Okay, I think that looks good. And we'll just snip this off. Okay? And now we can tie a little bow here off to the side. Okay, and I'm just going to pull my tails until I get my loops just how I like them. That looks good. And I'm going to snip this about, oh, right there, looks good. Yep, that looks perfect. And I think I need to kind of slide that over a little bit. Okay, looks good. Okay, so now what we can do is we can add those strawberries, and we're going to cover up that little hole with our strawberries. So this little guy is going to go like that. And then I'm going to pop this one up going this way, and I'm going to use dimensionals. So this one will be flat. right about there. Okay, perfect. And that's so cute. I love this card. So, so cute. Okay, and then we will also pop up this entire layer using dimensionals. Alrighty, so I've got my dimensionals on the back, and now we can just add this layer to the front of our card. Right about there, looks good. Okay, and that finishes up this card, and then we've got the cute strawberry on the inside as well. So let me bring in our original. I love this card. I love the way it turned out. I love these colors together, and I love this fun way to use your designer series paper and create a window using your framelits. So I think this turned out just perfect. Love it. Okay, so again, if you'd like to purchase any of the supplies that you saw me use today, just head on over to today's coordinating blog post. I've linked it just below the video in the description notes. I've got all of the measurements over there and all of the supplies. And don't forget to take advantage of our designer series paper sale going on right now, because not only will you have plenty of designer series paper, but you'll also receive those crumb cake note cards and envelopes from me as well as a little gift. So thanks again for joining me today, guys. Don't forget to stop back by later this week for day 3 of my designer paper video series. Okay, thanks again, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye now.